Hey, what's going on, Push? I was thinking about the morning mindset call that was hosted by Aaron this morning, and we were talking about our failure to close at a listing appointment. And I thought it was a really good discussion. I thought people were being fairly open and very transparent. And after we finished that call, I really started thinking about that. This is our job as real estate agents to secure business, and we're doing a lot of work in order to make that happen. We're doing a lot of lead generation and prospecting. We're doing a lot of preparation for these appointments, pulling up comps, getting to know the neighborhood. We're taking time away from our families, and we're actually going on these listing appointments, spending time touring the property with the seller, sitting down, having a conversation, and going through our listing presentation. And we do all of that work, which is a cumulative amount of hours, maybe 3, 4, 5 hours that we spend getting to a point where we're sitting belly to belly with that seller. And then when we get to that pivotal moment where we need to transition from doing our presentation to closing, we failed to close. And I thought it was a great question today. This is a tough one for me because I do have to take where I came from and try to remember who I used to be as an agent when I first started out. And there are some times that there is fear around, if I give them my number, are they going to say no to my number and not hire me? If they hear my commission, are they going to say no? Do they need time to really process everything I talked about and evaluate that up against other agents? And so there were plenty of times when I should have closed and I didn't close. And most of those times I would call back and follow up, and they had listed with someone else. So I think our mindset needs to be that we really have that one opportunity, that one at bat with the seller to really show them who we are and what we can do to help them, obtain their goal of getting to wherever they're going by whenever they need to be there. And the biggest thing that they're doing by hiring us, to sell their biggest asset is that they want a salesperson. And the big job of a salesperson is to actually close. And so this is a big interview for us. Our commission on average, depending on who you are and what you charge, it's on average between 5 and 6%. And our average sales price here is $500,000. So we're talking about a lot of money. We're talking about between $25,000 and $30,000 in commission we're asking them to pay us. If we can't close them, how do you think they're thinking about our ability to close a buyer on the sale of their home? They're interviewing us. This is a job interview. And so by walking away from that listing appointment without closing, I believe we failed to do our job. Even if we attempt to close once and they have an objection or some concerns, if we just walk away without overcoming those objections or addressing their concerns, have we failed the job interview? I'm thinking yes. What do you guys think? And so what I would encourage you guys to think about is that this is your job. Know that you've practiced your listing presentation. You know it. You've looked at the comps. You know where the property should be priced. You're not there to make a new friend. You're there to earn business and show them what you can do. So do that and close. And if you get there and you find out that this appointment is turning into a two-step appointment and you have to go and shore up your numbers and look at comps and really reevaluate the sales price you're going to recommend, that does not mean that you can't take the listing that night. It's just as simple as saying, do you have confidence that I can sell your home? Well, yes, David, we do. Great. Then let's go ahead and sign the paperwork. I'm going to go back to my office this evening and rerun some comps and just firm up the number. I'll give you a phone call and tell you what range we should be priced in, and you decide where we price your property. Once you give them the price range and they give you the price where they want to list it, you fill that in on the contract and you get going. Or if they don't feel comfortable doing that, because some people may not feel comfortable filling out the paperwork and leaving the price blank, you have to understand that and appreciate that. Just fill out the paperwork and leave it with them. Call them with your pricing recommendation, have them fill out the number, and then email it or fax it, or you come back and pick it up. Whatever it is, if you leave that house, here's your mindset. Your mindset is, if you leave that house, you're going to get David going on that listing appointment, and they're going to get it, or Ryan or Sergio or someone else who closes every time they go and get in front of a seller, if you leave that house without getting your paperwork signed, you need to think someone else right behind you and they're about to eat your lunch. And so your job is to close when you're there, not the next day. Aaron, that was a great topic. And I appreciate you bringing that up. I think it was a good conversation that needed to be had, and we need to do some soul searching into what we need to do to put ourselves in a position to feel comfortable closing every single time. All right, that's all I have. You guys have a good day. Bye.